Railway networks have major benefits such as transporting huge loads with high speed. Those high benefits are the reason for railways being an important transport system globally. But those benefits cannot be extended indefinitely because railway networks have limits. Most of us might have experienced railway network limits by ourselves when train after train arrives in a metro station and still all vehicles are overcrowded. Or when a train disruption in the south of a country still impacts the on-time performance in the north. Those can be signs of reaching the limit of the capacity of a railway system. The maximum capacity of a railway is defined as the maximum number of trains, passengers, or goods that can travel a railway in an hour. In a mathematical formula, it is defined by three variables: the capacity of each vehicle times the number of vehicles per train times the number of trains per hour. In this formula, the capacity of each vehicle is usually fixed. In the OpenTTD base game, the vehicle capacity is fixed for each type of goods and cannot be influenced much. To increase the capacity of a railway, the number of vehicles per train can be chosen freely, as long as it is assured that the engine has the power to push or pull the freight. Therefore, to increase the capacity of a railway, we could just increase the number of vehicles per train. Be aware that longer trains require an appropriate dimensioning of the infrastructure. Stations must have at least the length of the train for efficient loading and unloading. Also, it must be assured that the tail of long trains does not block junctions, which can cause a standstill of the entire railway network. In OpenTTD, a train length of 4 is a good average value for a start. A popular real-world example for maximizing the number of vehicles are the long coal trains transporting coal from the mines of the United States Powder River Basin to power plants and export terminals. Those coal trains have more than 125 vehicles, are more than 2.4 kilometers long, and are fully loaded with coal within 2 hours. Another example are the iron ore trains in Australia, which are typically 2.8 kilometers long and have 268 vehicles. You can ask an AI chatbot for examples of long trains. The capacity of a railway can also be increased with a higher number of trains per hour. The number of trains per hour is impacted by the so-called headway. The headway is the needed spacing between trains to run with a constant speed on a railway. In simpler words, it is the needed spacing between the trains. The longer the spacing between the trains, the lower the trains per hour on a track. In contrast, the shorter the spacing between the trains, the higher the number per hour on track. In OpenTTD, the headway can be improved with optimized signaling, which essentially means placing signals along the track with the spacing of the selected train length. Based on those factors, we already have two options to increase the railway capacity in OpenTTD. First, increase the number of vehicles per train. Second, reduce the headway, means spacing between trains with optimized signaling. A railway capacity is often limited by the worst bottleneck of the railway network, such as a section of the railway with fewer parallel tracks, a station with fewer platforms, or a slow zone due to a very tight turn. Hence, railway network optimization is usually most effective at those bottlenecks. In OpenTTD, it means that we need to avoid reducing the number of parallel tracks for high traffic sections. We need to avoid stations with too few platforms, and we need to avoid slow zones with tight turns. By the way, the speed of the trains does not influence the capacity much. In case all trains are of the same type and have the same speed, the railway can have a similar capacity, no matter how fast the trains go. If all trains are slow, You must simply add more trains to the network and you will still get a similar capacity as with fewer high-speed trains. However, with slower trains, passengers and freight will travel for a longer time, which comes with a payment rate penalty. To optimize the income of our transportation corporation, we will therefore gradually update trains to faster trains to gain the advantage of higher payment rates. Mixing slow and fast trains, as well as mixing trains with different stopping patterns, significantly reduces the utilized capacity of the railways. Unfortunately, this is often the reality. To leverage on the investment into the infrastructure, the same infrastructure is reused for different kinds of trains, different kinds of freight, and for passengers. Mixed trains usually have different stopping patterns, since a passenger train will hardly stop at a coal mine and a coal train hardly stops at a city train station. Such of a mixed railway system cannot compete with highly optimized metro systems. Metro systems reach the highest capacity with up to 40 trains per hour and a headway of only 90 seconds, like the Singapore MRT. In contrast, a mixed railway system typically operates in a bandwidth of 12 to 16 trains per hour. This mix of kinds of trains and stopping patterns is exactly what we'll face in our today's session in OpenTTD. Due to the limited capital at the beginning of the game, we are reusing the costly infrastructure with different kinds of trains, different kinds of goods, and even passenger trains. Operating a railway system close to its maximum capacity is highly risky. Disruptions can have dramatic negative effects, and this happens in OpenTTD easily when trains must wait long to get fully loaded or if trains break down on the tracks due to missing maintenance. Those disruptions can cause congestions which might impact even the farthest ends of the railway network. Ignoring the fact that the capacity is already fully utilized, but putting more trains into service will degrade the on-time performance. As a real-world example, the management of the state-owned German railway company is accusing the bad condition of their railway infrastructure for their poor on-time performance of only 60%. As we now learned the concept of railway capacity, this can also be seen from a totally different perspective. Because it is also true that the management simply ignored the maximum capacity of the railways and put more trains into service than the railway network capacity provides. I leave it to you to judge on this example. In today's session, we will try to operate a mixed railway network in the business simulation game OpenTTD. OpenTTD simulates a transport corporation based on our real world. Starting your own transportation corporation, you can build networks with trains, trucks, buses, airplanes, and ships to transport freight and passengers between industries and towns on the map. As we learned it in the intro, operating a railway network, mixing different freight kinds with passenger transport requires good management of the capacity of the network as well as monitoring the bottlenecks. I'm sure that many of you will find even more efficient ways of designing and operating the railways in OpenTTD. Since I am new to OpenTTD, I always appreciate to receive your feedback in the comments. Now, let's start the game. We are now in the main menu of OpenTTD. We will load the game. We will load the game from our last session. In our last session, we built already a decent railway network with a couple of stations transporting different kinds of freight, passengers, goods between different stations with a few trains on the track. And now what we will do in the next steps, we will look for opportunities to reuse our infrastructure to transport even more kinds of goods to even maximize our income and generate more income or even higher investments in new infrastructure. What we see today, for example, here is we see wood here and we have a station nearby. However, the coverage is not far enough so that the woods is also covered. So we will here invest into a very short feeder line to transport wood from the woods to this station, and from the station we will then transport it to an existing sawmill. And we have one here at the south of the map. We connected the sawmill here, so it's only an extension here, putting a new train to service on the same tracks and then delivering the wood to the sawmill down here. Let's do this. The feeder line will be on road with trucks. This is where the wood can be loaded. And then we will here connect to the station. Build a simple road pattern with the help of some landscaping. We cannot both. We need a depot, of course, for maintenance and new vehicles. We'll now put in service a wood truck and its truck, the wood truck, to go here, fully load, go here, unload, and then if needed go to maintenance. And this way we already have the feeder line in service. Usually, even if it's a very short feeder line, I made the experience that it's worth investing in at least 2 trucks. So we clone the one vehicle and directly let the next truck pick up wood in parallel, and then they will commute between both stations and load and offload wood. Somehow it's not working at the moment. Now it's working. Okay, it took a time. A short period of time until this gets started. And now we have it. Then let's also now invest into a new train with wood cars. We have, by the way, an average train length of 4. For me, this is a good compromise between capacity to transport freight, at the same time not too long that we run into issues to dimension correctly our infrastructure. So this train will go here to pick up wood, then it will go down to the south to bring it to this sawmill, and then if needed go to maintenance. Yes, let's do this. There our train comes with the wood cars. And we hopefully will see now how it stops at the station and starts loading the already arrived wood. It will take some time until enough would arrive from the trucks here so that the train is fully loaded. And after a while, this will balance out. What might happen here is actually at this station is we are loading coal, we are loading wood, and trains will wait until they are fully loaded. We have only 3 tracks, and it might be that due to one still open track being used from both directions, there might be some congestion or delay because trains have to stop and wait until other trains pass by. And this is why I think it would be a good idea to invest into, to reduce the chance that this gets a critical bottleneck, to invest into another tracks here, because there's still a little bit of space, and therefore avoid that we run into a bottleneck which will cause issues with our capacity and throughput of our goods. This looks good. So already now other trains can pass by here, while 2 trains from different direction, by the way, while 2 trains are waiting to get fully loaded, like this coal train here and the wood car here. For the train for wood, transporting wood, this will take now a while. For coal, the train I think will be fully loaded soon and then go and pass. Transport this to the next coal power plant. I've seen another opportunity for wood on this map. We have a sawmill here and we have wood here, which is not connected yet to our grid. Let's also extend this wood side because it's very simple. We leave some space, so if later on we have a lot of traffic in this area, we can extend more tracks on the station. For now, we will not do it. Because we save the money for other investments. It's always good to have, if the space allows it, to have after the station another train length empty space, so the trains who are waiting to get green light to depart the station, they have some buffer zone where they can stop for a short while and do not block the existing tracks, so that other trains cannot enter the same track, the same platform to load or unload goods. In this case, we have the space, I think. Therefore, we are doing this. Yes, this looks good. And now we will connect these stations. We'll do the same here. If there's a space, we will allow to have this buffer zone. Now doing some landscaping. Like this. Connecting both stations. Yes, this looks good. And now, roughly in the middle, in between, we will add the depot. This. And now let's put the train in service. That is. Now go here. Here. Then in another depot on the way back. If needed, go for maintenance. For load wood. Unload all. On start. And what we just saw here is that the train got green traffic light for the entire distance here between both signals. To reduce the headway, it's always a good idea for any longer distance to have those sections and segments which are interrupted by other signals in between, so that trains who want to enter the same track do not need to wait a long time until the train left the very long segment. Okay, good. So now we see how trains loaded, fully loaded with wood, offload their wood here. And we are now able, from the sawmill, to transport goods to another city. And as payment rates increase with the distance of transport, we will not just simply transport it to the next city. We will take a long route to another city so that we get paid well. Maybe it's a good idea to go here because this is a big city and we can further grow it. However, the station does not accept goods now. So again, we need a feeder line. Let's see if this works. Can we distribute accepts goods? This even supplies and accepts valuables here. Could be interesting for us. in a later phase where we also transport valuables. Now we need to find a way from here. Now we need a depot. We put one here. A goods truck which transport goods from here to here. Then, if needed, goes to maintenance. Now we have already the feeder line at our target station, and let's quickly put this train into service. With a train length of 4. Loading goods here and transporting it all the long distance to the station. And if needed, goes to maintenance before returning. Go back here, see if it works. This will be a very busy station, I guess. However, due to its tight location next to the sawmill, we are not able to extend to another platform. Let's see how it works. Potentially this gets later on a bottleneck, but let's first see. Most of the trains arriving here will unload. And only this one train will load. Let's check this train. It has negative income. Maybe this is just for a short period of time. It comes from here. I don't know why. Should be okay. There's also a road vehicle in this area who has negative income. Not sure why. Let's see. Let's observe if this stays for longer. Okay. Now we might also start using our infrastructure for transporting of another type of good, and this could be mail, because some of the stations are very close to cities and towns, and there might be towns which accept and supply mail. This accepts mail. Not sure if it supplies mail. We will make sure with feeder lines, and this one also accepts mail. So let's put a train between both into service. Then start to optimize with feeder lines. First of all, the train should go from here to all the way up to here. Then if needed, go maybe to maintenance here. That goes, and now we will install feeder lines. So to generate high traffic for mail, fully load, and here transfer. And the same, the other city. Okay. Mail truck, please. It goes here to load, unload, and maintenance if needed. Load, transfer. It's very important to set the order to transfer, because otherwise it would just transport mail from this station to the other station and we would get income for only this distance. But by transferring it, we can, with the help of the train, transport it a way longer distance, very long distance into the south to the city, so that we get efficient payments. So since we are transporting now goods over long distances, of course, payment rates will over time degrade. This can be seen in those charts, that the longer goods are on track in transport, the lower the payment rate for a distance of 20 squares. And the slower the train is, the more we go down all those lines with lower payment rates, and the faster the trains, the higher we go up here with higher payment rates. Therefore, since we have already quite some income, 800k, we'll now instruct our corporation to, from one train to another, switch from the slow ones to the more faster ones. And this is kind of easy. There's a good tool here. We can use the replace vehicles tool and instruct our corporation replace the very slow old one steam powered engines with the newer steam powered engines, which are significantly faster, from 64 kilometers per hour now to 144 kilometers per hour. However, of course, this comes with a price. Since we have the money, we will do this. And also for this one, we can still upgrade. We will start replacing them. And let's see, whenever a train now goes into maintenance, it will be, if the funds are available, switch to the faster train, and we will soon see how on our railway network trains will speed up and not go so slow anymore. And you see here around the tracks that I already put in our last session signals so that there's a couple of segments on longer distances so that our segments are not blocked for long distances by only one train and the headway is reduced. I think there's an opportunity to also connect this city to this station. Another opportunity to transport mail, for instance. And since we have the space, we will also use it to extend the number of platforms. We see already here, we see it, that one train is waiting to get through the station because it was fully blocked on all three tracks. And this will be solved very quickly now. Yeah, this way. So now we have 4 tracks, 1 bottleneck less. And let's now have a feeder line with trucks on the road. Before we do so, let's first look for a nearby. For mail, this should be good. Target station. Now we will put again mail truck into service to pick it up here, bring it to the station, then go to maintenance if needed. And again, of course, transfer. That is. And now we need to put to service another train. Let's see. Let's think of where we want to bring it. This only accepts oil. This accepts mail. So let's bring it there. Where were we? Here. New vehicle. We'll first take the cheapest one. It will be updated, upgraded when it goes to maintenance anyway. Now with the train length of 4, which we set right in the beginning of the game. I think this is an important decision because it will be very, very difficult to upgrade the infrastructure. Take mail from here, then go here, and if needed, on the way back to maintenance. There it is. There it comes. Our truck is still loading, so there's no mail so far now here. So I think the train will leave the station empty. Yes, totally empty. Never mind, this will change over time. Let's see how it works in this house here. Yeah, we have a good number of mailbags here. Yeah, I think we can just leave it like this for now. Let's check for goods. There are a lot of goods here still available. So the one train is not able to fully utilize all of the goods. let's come back later and first think of how we can further extend. Not sure if we transport iron ore to this station. I don't think so. Don't see that iron ore is connected. No, next iron ore would be here. Of course, we could start transporting iron ore from here with the feeder line to here. And then via train. Ah, no, we have here already iron ore. So actually, iron ore is already transported to here. I was mistaken. This means there should be goods here available. Steel would be here available, sorry, not goods, of course. But no one is consuming steel. No, not now. Not at the moment. I also don't see somewhere production site, a factory which uses this, could use it. So for now, let's leave it with this. And let's think of something else we can do. So we have another city here close by. And we could connect it to this city here. Accepting mail. If we install a feeder line, so let's again do this. First of all, a mail truck. Here, then to maintenance if needed. Transfer, do not supply, otherwise we would only get rewarded and get income for this very short distance. This is what we don't want. Before we put a new train into service, we will make sure that this train station will not end up as bottleneck. And what you see here, very interesting. You see here 2 fast trains. Seems like this train is faster than this one. Not sure. And here you'll see how a slower train can brake and delay a faster train because there's no easy way to overtake. Usually if both trains go in the same direction. So this is where you can see that operating a mix of trains going with different pace will definitely reduce the capacity and reduce the throughput of your railways. So now what we did is We added here a platform. We will do so here too. Just to already prepare. Yes, like this. Let's now put a mail train to service. First bags of mail. Arrived. And we wanted to transport it from here down to the side, down to here. And then on the way back, let's find there's none. I wanted to say let's find a place where it can go into service, but I don't see one. Can add one here. This. Here maintenance. And that's it. Let's see if it works. Here we are, our new train in service. Loaded the first bags of mail. Right now, it's a very slow train going down to the south, and we see that here, we see a faster train, another faster train just arriving. They are now waiting. One by one, going the same slow pace down to their destination. This is why it's very important and makes sense to also make sure that trains have the same speed, especially high speed. We could also transport mail from here and passengers from two sides. I think this is for passengers. Let's also deliver mail to the station via the feeder line. A new mail truck. Picking up mail here. Delivering it to here and then to maintenance if needed. Transfer. We can do the same here. The problem is that we need to remove those streets and they will not like it. let's see what happens if we first extend the number of platforms. Let's see if we are still able to build the tracks. Yeah, it was accepted by the municipality. So another bottleneck with only 3 tracks, we eliminated. And now we can also deliver mail via feeder line to the station. Need to take this one. From here, and of course a depot here. Then a mail truck. Which loads here, mail, brings it to here, and then goes to maintenance if needed. Make sure that we always choose the option to transfer. Here it is. Mail did not arrive yet. Yeah, still loading. Also this one will be still loading. Let's see. Okay, what we see here is that a lot of crates of goods are stacking up. So this one truck does not have the chance. To transport all of the goods. Let's simply add more trucks. This one is not accepting mail. This one also does not accept mail. Can again go down to this house maybe. Or even connect to the one of those cities here. Could build tracks to the city. And then later on continue here. Yeah, maybe this makes sense. Let's see if this is possible. Like this. This is very tight, by the way. Let's try it anyway. Let's see if it works. No, let's see. this. Can remove those. Now build a bridge. Let's see how we solve this one here. Let's see. Yeah, good. This works for now. So let's now transport mail to Finton Woods. Where's our station? This one is transporting mail. This was transporting passengers. I cannot find. Ah, okay. This one. Okay. Let's put a train to service. Transporting mail again and again and again to further utilize our infrastructure as much as we can. So let's see if it works. Here comes our new train. It's now empty mail cars. Now loading the mail, which already arrived from the feeder lines, bringing it far away. Okay, good. Okay. So already now we are utilizing more and more our network. What we see here is that a lot of trains pass here by. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already at the same time. Yeah, so here this gets really busy for now. what we can do as next step is to okay, here we have a problem. Our oil field is gone. No oil anymore. Trains for oil transportation gone. Let's see if we have somewhere a new no oil platform here in the water, unfortunately. Dried out. This is bad luck. Gone empty. Tja, then for now we need to sell our vehicles. God does not make sense. To continue. This was, I think this was wrong. The wrong train. This is the oil train. We'll now let it run once more. We'll see crates which are 65% now already. The liters of oil taking 65% of the capacity of this train. And we will once more order now to go. And bring it to the oil refinery, but then also this instruct one more time. This vehicle we order to go back into the depot, and then we will sell it. No more oil coming from here. We don't need it anymore. Diesel logs being available, diesel engines very soon. This one is coming with oil from Windfing Mill. I don't understand. Waiting in the depot. Let's go into the depot and simply sell it. This one also we will order back to the depot. Please go. And in the depot, how can I get it back into the depot? Now I think. Delete the schedule, return, go to the depot please and wait there. There's nothing you can do. Yes, and gone. Okay, let's find. Yeah, this is the train with the oil. Unfortunately, no longer accepts mail. Never mind. Hopefully it still supplies mail. This one just arrived, made some good profits. great. We can also here invest into a feeder line. Local authorities refuse. Yeah, they don't like us at the moment. There's an easy way. To improve the reputation by simply planting a lot of trees. In their area. Okay, should be fine now. Let's build up the feeder line. Like this. Find a place. Supplying mail. This one. Then also we need a depot. Mail truck. Go here, here, and then for maintenance. And transfer. Be sure to always pick transfer, otherwise very small income. Okay, great. Yeah, this is the train. Which will soon be out of service and be sold because no oil anymore. I still don't see any oil rig or oil supply, unfortunately. Never mind, we will earn money with something else. Let's see if we again can find a rule to upgrade our trains. No, not now. What we could do for a little bit more of profit, we could connect this coal mine through a feeder line to this coal-fired power plant. Actually, I'm thinking of whether it's worth of having an let's try something else. We will do this on tracks, on railways, and they will not be connected to our grid. They will just be feeder railway lines. Let's try if this makes sense. So we need 2 feeder lines. One let's extend 3 mail, passenger, and coal. We'll do 2. We'll do this the usual way. So it's an extension of the existing station, but it's not connected. It runs totally independent. Things wrong here. Just like this. And we will have accepts no mail. How can we make it accept mail? From this side? No, this does not make sense. Maybe this. No, for now it will only serve as for passengers, unfortunately. Huge investment for a feeder line, by the way. But it will have more capacity than going by road. It's quite some distance here. And since we have enough space for the railway infrastructure, let's try it out. Since we are not expecting in this feeder line a lot of trains, we will not be so much concerned about the sizing. Okay, there's one signal missing. This one. Yeah, I think this can work. Now we need an depot. Yes. Now, first of all, we will transport coal. Very easy. From here to here, then go into maintenance if needed. fully load, unload all, and go. So from here, this accepts passengers. So the question is now if we want to just send passengers to here. I think this does not make sense. Do we have trains stopping by? We're transporting passengers. Yeah, one stopping by. Then we will transfer passengers from here. Let's do this. Pick up passengers, transfer here, go into services needed. Transfer, very important. Okay, so now we have the third train here on the track. And this is a train stopping here, picking up mail. No, just no train transporting mail. Let's nevertheless do this. First of all, we need a feeder line. Okay. Local authorities are not so happy with us. So first of all, we need to spend some trees. Very poor. This can be better. Poor. Should be fine. Again, they're refusing. They are really not happy with us. Very poor. More trees needed. There's a building. Supplies mail. Buy a mail truck. Pick up mail from here, transfer to there, go to maintenance if needed, fully load, transfer. What we can do while we are already doing this, can also bring some passengers. Here, and to maintenance if needed. Maintenance, fully load, and transfer, of course. Go. So soon mail will be arriving here. Now we have the risk that, of course, if you have two trains loading, that the tracks are blocked. So though this is a feeder line, we will add another platform to make sure that this does not get an issue. It reduces our throughput because our okay. We need to change the layout here of the network. Yeah, it works like this. Quickly extend it here to properly manage our potential bottleneck here. Yeah, that's it. Ready mail coming. Now investing. Into a train which transports mail from this station, Flin-Flingford. Make sure that this does not get in bottleneck. We will put some signals and reduce the headway, therefore. Still, we have only one train going here. Let's see. So now mail is arriving here. You will soon see that there's mail. Yeah, 88 bags of mail. And where to bring them? Somewhere where mail is accepted. This one accepts nothing. Need to take care of this later on. This accepts mail. This one has a lot of bags of mail still. Very far away. Let's bring it there. Let's go to our specialty here. Now we will choose right from the start a very quick one because it needs to go a long way. It will pick up mail here and bring mail to here. Go to maintenance if needed. And go. Let's see if this works. Now we have a very busy place here. It's loading mail, a little bit more than 50%. Capacity used. Yeah, this will get much more soon. Now driving as quickly as possible. Let's now give again orders to replace vehicles. So that we have the faster diesel engines. And then we have this issue that we did not receive any more. Yeah. Somewhere is this one train going back and forth without any goods to carry. Yeah. So the entire train is sold because there's no oil anymore. But now we have an oil field here on the water. This is good. This is a great chance for us. It will be a very costly investment if you bring oil from here via ship to this station. This is the best choice. Let's check. I think it's the best choice. This also can get a bottleneck, but let's see. Why costly? Because we need to first remove the land here. Let's see. It's my first time that I built something like this. Requires flat land. This is very expensive. Let's see if this is already working. We now build the dock. This is still not working. Need to bring down. Let's see if this works. Yeah, this works. And we need an ship depot. Let's build it here. And then we will buy an oil tanker. This one will go here, then here, and if needed to the depot for maintenance. Fully load, unload all, go. An oil field also supplies accepts passengers and mail. Now, later when the oil is available at the station, bring it all up to the refinery here. And then go back. Maintenance if needed. The tanker is still being loaded, so this train will, for a significant amount of time, block this platform, but nevertheless, never mind, will hopefully not be such of a big issue. Okay. Let's see if we have bottlenecks where congestions happen. Don't see it now. No, seems all. Fine for now. Great. Yeah, so what was our strategy to make sure that our, now I would say, decent railway network works? We started to always investigate whether at any point a potential bottleneck could occur and cause congestions, and therefore we always thought of either decreasing the headway or extend to more parallel tracks so that trains can overtake and no one gets blocked by someone loading or unloading for a long time. As we see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 trains at the same time. This here is definitely a very busy station. Okay, there's one train lost. Let's quickly investigate. If this is true. It has many bags of mail. And where's going? Planpool Woods. For me, it seems to be fine. Don't know what the problem is. Yes, oil arrived and our oil train is making the way. Something is wrong. Trains get lost. I did something which causes an issue. I added signals. I added signals here. Yeah, this is wrong. Okay. Like this. No, I think they will find a way. Yeah, this was wrong. Now it should work again. Okay, no goods anymore. I don't know why. There should be a train. With goods. On the way. And it is on the way. Yeah, here. It's coming. And it has goods. Yeah, so it should be fine soon. Of course. Where is this? It's just transferring, so sometimes those road vehicles will not make profit. And this is how you see that already is a very short period of time where we had a disturbance because I put the wrong signals on tracks already caused significant issues. This train is broken down. Those are our goods we desperately need here. Now finally they are arriving. Offloading quickly. Okay. So the station already accepts goods. So we don't need those trucks anymore. That is the reason. So now we will instruct those trucks to go to the depot, then simply sell them. Because we don't need them anymore. The station is already, because the city has grown, already accepts goods. I didn't put it to transfer, so it was just going there. What we also see is there's a new refinery here. Good. I think we need another oil train because here, yeah, a lot of oil. Stacking up, so we can actually put another one into service. There it comes. Also getting busier and busier. Oh, there's another oil field here, so plenty of opportunities, yeah, to further put trains into service and use the existing infrastructure. So still it seems, though we put many more trains in service. How many do we have now? 22 trains and 12 road vehicles. All seems fine. I think we are still below our, we're operating below our maximum capacity, so therefore no issues for now. And a lot of income generated faster than we can spend.